Well, International Faculty, this is blogs round 2. So let's figure out how to do the images for our blog. So I'm going to show you 2 cool tools I'm a fan of. The first one is called Spark, or Adobe Spark. As a side note, I just saw this when I was at a recent conference that Adobe is now giving away free software for schools at Foster Creative. This is this software. So brand new. It might not be till April of 2018, but great tool. So you have to log in. I'm in the free account. And so I click the plus. I go to post. I'm a fan of just starting from scratch. And when you start from scratch, you can, my post, just type in something. And down here, it's important, though, you get the right size. So at least in FLGI site, you want to choose the blog post. And it's going to give you a post. Now, this is kind of cool background. It's important that you think about this and try and find images that make sense. So if I click on the background, I can then choose replace. And here's where I have an option. One thing I like about this tool, there's lots of free photos. So we can type in puppy. I don't know why a puppy. It'd be nice if you spelled it right, and I spelled it wrong and they still got it. That's awesome. So I'm going to choose the golden retriever. I don't know why that would be anything to do with FLGI, but you can get crazy creative with this. You can change the palette. People who are like arts people will really know so much more about this. You can change the type of way it's done, the text. I love this little wheel thing. It just gives me different options for the type of posts. They even have some backgrounds and some palettes and some design. So if you switch to design, you kind of get this, right? So you get the different designs. There you go. You can move this around, something like that. And then when you're done, you simply download it. It's important that you download the post because you're going to upload it to our website. Notice it's right there, Adobe Spark 3. You know what I typically do is I go show in folder, and then I rename it. And then I rename it and I call it, post name. So whatever it might be. The other tool I'm a fan of, this one called Canva. So here's Canva. Again, go to canva.com. This one does have a bit of a fee. So if I want to do this, I choose a blog, okay? And it gives me a design template. When I say there's a fee, it's actually free, but then what they do is there's some images they charge you $1, okay? So let's say there's got some templates. So I'm going to use this template right here, Humble Honey, okay? humblehoney.com, there you go. I can double click on that and I can say my post. In this case, I can say, see, someone really thought about this, and whatever. You can even just delete this part right here. Now, if I don't like this image, I can search a million images, and I can say dogs. And in this case, I'm going to choose another golden retriever. Now, notice when I throw this on here, it kind of goes in the backdrop. There we go. See, now I have awesome my post. And that was actually a free image. If you go down later, you're going to find images that are going to cost you, and it's always $1. So let's say I want to use this one. That's an interesting post. And notice there's filters. You can change the filter to whatever. You play around. I'm no artist. I just do what I think looks like. I click download, and then PNG or whatever, I say download. Saving your design, and now it's going to say, do I want to purchase and download? I have $9 available. I'm not going to do this one. I think you get the idea. Okay, so that's the tools I like for making cool featured images. Now let's go back to FLGI website. Now, at FLGI website, we've got blog. Most of you figured this out. I can add a new post, right? So when I click on add a new post, of course, you can type your title, my post, and then of course tell your story. Whatever you're going to type, think. Got paragraphs. You might notice there's some plus buttons. So if there's like a video that you want to show in here, you can put a video. But the key thing here, folks, where do we add the images? You can add image here, but that's not what we need. We need what's called a featured image. So you click here to more actions. Very important. You must click blog and then find one of the categories. Is it about mastery? Is it about miscellaneous, technology? So pick and tag it. But if you go way down, okay, this is where you're going to click Set the Featured Image. So when I click Set the Featured Image, I go find that image, right? I think that was in my Downloads button. And here's Adobe Spark, post name right there, right? I click there, it uploads that featured image because that's the image that's going to appear in the blog post. Loads, and at the very bottom, then you X out. Next, I would encourage you to save it, right? And before you submit for review or even publish it, depending on, you may have one choice and we may change it, so we just trust you guys, of course. I can click on the preview. Now at the preview, it says, what is this post going to look like? I think that's important. So make sure that it looks exactly the way you want it to look. Very, very important. Also, please check that your author description is down here and it's you, as opposed to just, sometimes there's been some things that were blank, and there's been some other things on how to make sure that you know what those are. So that's it, folks. Again, international faculty, I can't tell you how excited we are to have you on board. You guys are crazy smart and doing amazing stuff, and we just know that this is, as we've said before, this is changing the world, and you are a huge part of it. So thanks.